So we've featured this guy on the show before. There's this guy called Brooklyn Dad _Defiant. And we've featured him on because for some reason he's got a lot of followers. He's got 896,000 followers. And we featured him. He's what we call a shit lib, right? So if there's a shit lib take, he'll take it and push it. We're going to show you a bunch of his shit lib takes. And someone found out that, it's what his real name is, and that he's literally taking money. He's being paid to tweet for the Democratic Party. So here it is. Beth Lynch caught it. She said, Brooklyn Dad is being paid as a Democratic op. It's pretty unsurprising. It absolutely does pay to have and promote shitty political opinions in America. And she went to Open Secrets, and if you look, it says vendor, and the vendor is a guy named Majid Padelin. That's Brooklyn Dad, turns out. That's that guy. That's this guy. So if you go here, this guy, and how much did he get? He got $57,000 from somebody called Really American PAC.
Uh-huh. It's called, what's it called again? It's Really American PAC. All right.
So what's weird is, it should be Brooklyn Dad Defiant, which is nice alliteration. He should just add paid propagandist. So why not put that in your thing? Why not put that in your thing? Anyway, and by the way, it is really American to get paid to tweet on behalf of a political party and think that's defiant. Boy, is that certainly is American, isn't it? What does Brooklyn Mom think about this? That's my question. Huh? What about the Brooklyn kids? Somebody accused Andrew Cuomo of sexual harassment. This is going to be a big day for Brooklyn Dad Defiant, paid propagandist. So there he is getting $57,000 to do, but even more. Look at all these other people who've given him money. JHCH Ventures, 36 grand. Sessa Capital, Citizens for Janelle. Autodesk, John Legend Touring. Gave him $5,000 to tweet about him. Amazon.com gave him money to tweet. GE Healthcare, he's tweeting on behalf of GE Healthcare. Brent Patterson, DDS. Atrium Health, Carolinas Medical. University of California gave him some money. Microsoft, United Airlines, Google. He's getting money from everybody to tweet.
I wonder what it ends up being per character.
Right? Well, yeah.
I mean, there's only so many characters in a tweet.
Boy, these are all good grassroots organizations, though, wouldn't you say, Ron?
Oh, yeah. It's who's who.
So here it is again. Total reported payments in 2020, $277,000.
Sheesh.
For a guy to tweet. Disingenuously. Because if you knew he was being paid by the Democratic Party to tweet that stuff, you wouldn't pay it any mind. Anyway, so
this might be an obvious thing too, but
yeah.
Do you think it's totally on purpose that he doesn't have a blue check?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, so it makes him look like more of a regular, just a regular guy,
like a person. Yeah,
just a regular fucking dude with an opinion. Brooklyn Dad got $60K to shield Biden on Twitter for not giving you a $15 minimum wage or Medicare for all. Smearing Tara Reid, which he did, saying the Capitol riots were worse than 9/11, and fantasizing about Biden's sex life in the White House. I think that last one he did for free. There he is. So here's some of it. He says, the only person who could pardon Trump from a conviction in New York is the governor. Kind of makes you wonder about timing. Does he get a bonus if he makes up a conspiracy theory to defend a politician?
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. So
that's amazing. Here's some more of his shit posts. Isn't it strange how all the reporters who swarmed the Tara Reid false accusations have neglected to cover the disintegration of her credibility? It's okay. We already knew it was BS. So there they are smearing a woman. I guess that means we're no longer in hashtag Me Too. That's the end of it. Because Joe Biden was credibly accused of sexual assault by a former employee, and everybody questioned her. On the left, I mean. Everybody said she's full of shit, just like this guy's doing. She doesn't have any credibility. Wow, I thought believe all women, not that women. By the way, was never a hashtag Me Too guy. I always thought that someone should be able to question anybody but that's not what they were saying. That's not what they were. So they were saying, believe all women. That's what they were saying. It's awesome. And then it's all over now. So now hashtag Me Too it's over now, right, Ron? Isn't it? Is that over? It still can't be going on, can it? Not with fucking Joe Biden in the White House and everyone smearing Tara Reid. That can't still be a thing. Hashtag Me Too, could it?
I mean, as far as I know, didn't a bunch of people take it out of their Twitter bios and stuff like that? Like, I think Alyssa Milano might have just taken it out of her. Like a bunch of people, they just
agency.
Go to Alyssa Milano's Twitter feed. I bet she did take it out.
There were others too. That was just like the first name that came to my mind, but they all just took that out of their bios after nobody believed Tara Reid.
Can I just say that it's just hysterical to me, Ron, because as you know, the Democrats are the moral superior to no one. No one. But they like to pretend they're the moral superior to half the country. Right? But they're not.
Alyssa Milano does not have.
She does not have hashtag Me Too in her Twitter bio anymore?
No, but she has sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry? You're kidding.
No, she just has sorry, not sorry is what's on her banner.
For the umpteenth time, this is Brooklyn Dad Defiant. Bernie Sanders is not a Democrat. He should not be a candidate. He did not show his taxes. He is not helping. He is not our guy. Not. Wow. He was one not away from the use not and Bernie as many times possible in one tweet bonus. That he was being paid how many if he could use not more than 4 times in a tweet, they gave him an extra $1,000.
There you go.
And he did it. He pulled it off. He had to just throw the X one in at the end.
Yeah.
Not. Did I do it?
Not.
Not.
All right, now we're all going out to dinner. I got the not quota.
Here's Brooklyn Dad said the most reviled person running in the Democratic primary is Tulsi Gabbard, and it isn't even close because she was telling the truth. Do you see the vitriol for her? The vitriol for her because she told the truth about war. That's why they hated her. Why then do I keep hearing that Bernie Sanders is thinking about picking her as his VP? He might as well pick Mitt Romney or some other Republican. I hope it's not true. I mean, then, Tulsi went on to endorse the fucking biggest warmonger in the race, Joe Biden, after she said she was going to take it all the way to the convention. So that was a heartbreaker. There's a lot of reasons to criticize Tulsi Gabbard, but the real reason they do it is because she was against the war. But then she endorsed Joe Biden, and they all loved her again. Remember that, Ron? Everybody, even Nara Tanden tweeted nice things about Tulsi Gabbard. As soon as she got her mind right, as soon as she got back on the shit lib neo fucking liberal train, oh, she's great. We love her.
Can we also point out, like, one of the big rules in propaganda is to accuse other people of doing what you're doing.
That's right.
And this guy and other accounts like him, how many times have they accused everybody to their left of being a Russian bot or on Putin's payroll or paid opposition or this or that? Meanwhile, the whole time, who's actually collecting a paycheck for those tweets?
Isn't that hilarious? That's exactly right. So it's like the people who call me grifters who have MSNBC contracts.
They do it with a straight face.
With a straight face. People with MSNBC contracts. Their show is on Comcast Network. And they say that Jimmy Dore, he's in his garage, he's grifting.
In his garage.
So holding politicians to account is now called grifting in YouTube speak.
Oh, everything is called grifting. I mean, that was people were tweeting at the end of 2020 where they're like, "Can we just retire that in 2021?" And I was really hoping it was going to happen. Of course, it didn't, but I was really hoping for that. My favorite is that if you have a sustainable show because people want to see it, so they support it, that's grifting.
That's grifting.
But if you're paid by a network who's owned by one of the most unethical companies in the world, like Time Warner or Comcast, now you're a journalist, baby. That's integrity.
Yeah, that's integrity. That's integrity. Here's another one. Thank you, Soledad. Tulsi Gabbard is the Jill Stein of Tulsi Gabbards. As Trump,
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. He's trying to be clever.
I have no idea what the hell that means.
As Trump prepares to nominate someone to the Supreme Court to overturn Roe versus Wade ruling and other hard-fought issues, I have one simple question. How's the revolution working out for you, Susan Sarandon? Boy, this guy's always punching up.
What the hell?
He's always punching up. Isn't that amazing? Everybody's having a conniption today over criticisms of a shit-libbed New York Times gossip reporter. But everybody will pile on Susan Sarandon until the day they fucking die. Isn't that amazing? Susan Sarandon is the Susan Sarandon of Susan Sarandons because she keeps doing the same dumb, selfish, entitled shit election after election. I got 20,000 likes. He's doing this at the behest of Joe Biden. Just so you know that. He's being paid by the Democratic Party. Can we just cut to the... Anyway. I wish Bernie would just cut the crap and drop out already. It would be nice not to have to repeat 2016 all over again. It needs to be said. You know what I wish? I don't wish we would cut the crap. I don't wish Bernie would cut the crap and drop out. I wish we would just cut it with the let's get people healthcare thing. I'm so fucking over it. How about we just get people healthcare? Let's cut the crap.
What do you think about that, Susan Sarandon?
The last
Bernie Sanders is the Susan Sarandon of 2020's Jill Stein.
Oh, is that
That's
how?
what I think.
Is that?
He has like some random generator that just throws in a bunch of buzzwords and then he tweets it like,
Yeah.
that'll be 10 grand, please.
The last time Trump was involved in a White House transition, his people were actively talking to Russia. Now that he's decapitated the Pentagon, what kind of national secrets is Trump spilling? They just could never catch him. They could never catch him being a traitor. He's certainly a traitor, Ron. He's certainly a traitor in bed with our biggest number one foe in the world, but we just can't catch him. But everybody knows it. Everybody knows it's happening, but they can't catch him.
That tweet started with a text. Like somebody, they were like, Brooklyn Dad, we noticed that you haven't talked about Russia at all, and it's been a solid 25 minutes. If you could just head over to Twitter, you got a quota to meet. And he's like, on my way. And then he flies over to the computer like, defiance! And tweets that.
By the way, look at this tweet. The same people who just denied you $15 an hour minimum wage paid this guy $60 grand to tweet. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We finally have a president who won't be afraid to confront Putin directly on bounties and hacking. Strength matters.
What the hell?
I disagree with Angela Merkel, who thinks that banning Trump's Twitter account was problematic. If Hitler had Twitter back then, the Holocaust would have been much, much worse. Wow. When you got to use Hitler, you lose the argument. Isn't that the rule? If you got to use Hitler to make your argument, you lose the rule. I mean, you lose the... Heads up, the Russian trolls and bots are out in full force today. So this is a guy literally being paid to be a troll, saying that there's other. So that's called projection.
Paid troll calling out other supposed paid trolls.
Report them as possibly hacked when you see them. So now is this guy's Twitter account going to be taken down because he's a paid troll? No, it won't, because he's doing this at the behest of the establishment. Again, if you lie at the behest of the establishment, just like Dr. Fauci did when he said you shouldn't wear masks, he said that. He was lying. He knew he was lying. He was doing it at the behest of the establishment because they didn't want you to think that masks worked, because they didn't want you to go buy them, because they didn't have enough masks, because they didn't plan well enough. So why isn't this guy's thing taken down? Why isn't his Twitter taken down? Isn't that amazing?
I don't know if he's on Twitter anymore. I can't find him right now.
Oh, really?
I think as of earlier today, he was.
He was still on earlier today. Look up his handle.
I've been looking up his handle repeatedly, so I'm doing it wrong. I've asked Mark to look too. Brooklyn Dad _Defiant at Paddlin.
At Paddlin. Let's see if it's there. Let's see. At Oh, no, I guess he took it down.
It's not, right?
Well, or, I mean, there's a chance that maybe all of us are blocked.
All of us? Me?
I mean, I don't know. Like you, Jimmy. I saw some things.
Oh, no, he's still
today.
here. He's still here. I got him.
Find?
Paddlin. He's still there.
He just tweeted, Jimmy Dore is the Jill Stein of Putin Stein Jill Sarandon. That's
my God,
what he just tweeted.
I am blocked.
That's awesome. Steph's blocked. But Jimmy, you're not. That's peculiar. Are you reading his tweets?
Yes. He's trying to pretend.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
He's trying to pretend that he wasn't paid by the establishment or the Democratic Party. That's what he's saying.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
He's saying he was paid by this other guy who was not a Bernie bro, who was not against Bernie. So those arguments here are really bizarre. Really bizarre that you took fucking over $250,000 to tweet shit and you never told anyone you were being paid to tweet shit?
I was paid by a guy who said it's okay that Bernie has multiple houses and he doesn't hate Bernie with every fiber of his being. Unity. Stop being the Susan Sarandon of Susan Sarandon's Twitter.
Nothing to see here, folks. Just me taking money from dark money groups to tweet stuff. Nothing to see.
If you're opposed to this, you're probably a Russian bot on Putin's payroll.
Just someone tweets Justin Horowitz is a recent. So he's saying he got his money from a guy named Justin Horowitz, not the DNC or the establishment. So this guy tweets saying Justin Horowitz is a recent law school grad without a clear job who runs social media AstroTurf campaigns that mimic the DSA and our revolution, but pushes for centrist candidates. Where did he get his $60K to pay anyone's salary? Despite the AstroTurfing page having over 1 million followers on Facebook, their Patreon only makes $350 a month. So where does this money come from?
Did Brooklyn Dad respond?
No, of course not. Of course not. So here's some more of his shit tweets. Traitor McCarthy and the Sedition Caucus are doing more damage to the United States than terrorists on planes with box cutters could ever do. Boy, talk about your hyperbole.
Yeah, this guy. Okay.
My wife just now. Jill Biden is going to give America a mommy again. It's what we need. Amen. Oh, no.
If my wife said that to me, I would think she just took some really bad drugs. I'd be concerned.
24,000 likes, Ron.
And 24,000 other people took some really bad drugs.
Now we know how much money it takes for resistance grifters like Brooklyn Dad to do sexual assault and rape apologia for Democrats. It takes $60,000. Liberals sell their souls so cheaply. Brooklyn Dad says the only person who could pardon Trump says this is the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he made up a theory to defend Andrew Cuomo.
Wow. Brooklyn Dad, who spent the last few years insisting that Russian bots were being paid to sow division and influence our election on Twitter, was being paid by a PAC to sow division and influence our elections on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you got his fans who are like, you guys are just overreacting. We already knew he was a paid troll. What's wrong with that? The biggest theme of Russiagate, in my opinion, was always projection. Everybody else is doing what they say Russia did. Yep. The Krasensteins were banned from Twitter for purchasing followers and creating bots to falsely boost their platform.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn Dad needs to be investigated for doing the same. 895,000 followers for a non-famous person who was being paid by the Democrats? What did that $57,000 buy? Laughed my ass off. Brooklyn Dad is now posting testimonials of how well his paid propaganda worked. So here's someone, it's true. Someone tweeted out, Brooklyn Dad Defiant, a.k.a. Paddlin, is getting compensated. Apparently he's good at what he does. So whoever has their panties in a twist over it can go pound sand. So now he's bragging. Well, it's funny. Why didn't you tell people all along that you were being paid? that you're taking dark money from PACs to tweet? Why didn't you tell everybody all along if you're proud of it? At least Brooklyn Dad was getting paid to shill for centrist Democrats bullshit. What is most of K-Hive's excuse? That's exactly right. Shout out to all the liberals who follow Brooklyn Dad and Lincoln Project who smeared me as a grifter despite just being a poor black man just sharing his thoughts. Socialist MMA. That's Nick as a shout out. Jed here says the Lincoln Project, Brooklyn Dad defiant. That Abramson guy. Truly, we are living in the twilight of the resistance grifters. I don't know who that Abramson guy is.
I'm actually not sure either.
I don't know who that is. Can you look that up? I don't know who that
Lincoln Project, I know.
I know, of course, the Lincoln Project. I know they were grifters when Jake Uger gave the guy a tongue bath as an interview. Didn't ask him one fucking question. Go watch the interview Junk Uger did with the guy from the Lincoln Project. It's embarrassing. People in the comments are ripping him. That's why no one's watching their show anymore. Today, the Young Turks were defending that shit-lib New York Times reporter from insults on Twitter. They're the ones who just got done smearing Julian Assange. Keep that in mind. They're worried about journalism as they smear Julian Assange as he's being tortured. Brooklyn Dad is a good reminder of how to approach this app, meaning Twitter, and maybe the world. Trust no one, politicians nor personalities, and trust nothing because money corrupts most things. Information should be evaluated skeptically and pieced together with conscience to form your own judgment. Like for me, I get paid by Assad. That I don't know if you know, but I have a direct line to Assad. And he funds most of the stuff that we do.
Seth Abramson claimed, that's who you wanted to know either, the Abramson guy.
Yeah.
Seth Abramson claimed CIA had a P-tape on Trump.
Oh, that was the guy who claimed CIA had the P-tape on Trump? Okay. Hi, I voted for Biden, and my brunches have never been better. Thanks, Brooklyn Dad. And here's who he is. That's him, actually. And there's the money he got.
There's the money.
There's the money he got.
I got that one for the Susan Sarandon dunk.
That's the... Come sta?
Bene, e tu?
Bene. Adoro fare il notiziario.
Adoro what?
Adoro fare il notiziario. I love doing the news.
Ah, sì. Va bene, anch'io.
Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.